Good morning children. Welcome to 6th standard online class. Hope you all have completed your science exam successfully. Is it so? Yes, very good and hearty congratulations to everyone. Let us start our next learning process. Okay. So already we have studied about the fifth unit. We have just get introduced to the fifth unit. Do you remember children? So we are going to continue the same topic today also. So the fifth unit, the living world of animals. This is also a biology lesson because it talks about the living organism animals, isn't it? So it is a biological lesson. So we have introduced to a new word which is called as biodiversity. Biodiversity. What is biodiversity? Biodiversity includes a variety of ecosystems such as those that occur in deserts, forests, mountains, lakes, rivers and agriculture fields. Okay, so the variety of ecosystem. What is that? The variety of ecosystem. And the living things which lives in that ecosystem are considered to be biodiversity. Okay, see this word diversity is very familiar to you. You might have studied in your social also. Unity in diversity. It describes about India, isn't it? Although various languages, various traditions, various foods are prevailed in our country, all over the country, but our country stands unitedly. Similarly, there are different varieties of living organisms are present in our world. So that describes the word biodiversity. Do you understand children? Yes. This biodiversity also includes the biodiversity consists of the biotic community and the abiotic community. What do you mean by biotic community? Biotic community is nothing but it's about living things. Biotic means living things. Biotic means what? Living things. And the abiotic community means non-living things. So this biodiversity talks about both the animals and human beings and also non-living things. Okay children, living things and the non-living things. Do you understand what is a biotic community and what is a non-biotic? Living thing means biotic, non-living thing means abiotic. Okay, the next topic is habitat. Then what is the next topic? Habitat. Let us see what it is. So what is habitat? In the previous lesson, that is lesson number 4, we have learned what is habitat. Habitat is the living place of the organism. So the living or the dwelling place of an organism. Living or dwelling place of an organism is known as its habitat. Living or dwelling place of an organism is known as habitat. So this is defined as habitat. The place where the organism lives is called to be its habitat. Is it clear children? Good. So today we are going to classify the organisms into unicellular organisms and multicellular organisms. Unicellular organisms and multicellular organism. Let us learn what are living things are made up of small units called cells. Living things are made up of small units called cells. See, imagine a wall. The wall is made up of bricks, isn't it? Similarly, our human body or the living things body is made up of cells. Okay, the functional unit or the basic unit of our living things is cells. Do you understood children? So like the bricks in the wall, our body is made up of, as the wall is made up of bricks, our body is made up of cells. all the functions and processes in the body of the living things are brought about with the help of this microscopic cells. Microscopic cells. What do you mean by microscopic? Microscopic means you can't see the though. See, by looking into your hands, can you able to see the cells? No, you are not able to see, isn't it? Why? Because all these cells are microscopic in nature. That is, you can't see them with the naked eyes. You can't see them with the naked eyes. Rather, it can be seen only through the microscope. That is why they are called as microscopic cells. Do you understand? And these cells perform all the functions. All the function and processes. All the functions and processes of the living things body. Is it clear, children? Some organisms are made up of single cell and these are called unicellular organisms. Unicellular organism. Whereas there are organisms that are made up of many cells and they are called multicellular organism. So there are organisms which are made up of single cell, only one cell. Such organisms are called unicellular organism. Okay, whereas there are also some organisms which are made up of many cells. Many cells, they are called as multicellular organism. Single cellular means the organism is made up of only one cell, whereas multicellular means the organism is made up of many cells. Is it clear, children? Are you able to distinguish between unicellular and multicellular organism? Yes, good. Amoeba, Paramecium, Igluna are unicellular. Okay, Amoeba, Paramecium, Igluna are unicellular. I repeat, amoeba. What it is? A-M-O-E-B-A, amoeba. The next one is Paramecium. P-A-R-A-M-E-C-I-U-M. Paramecium. And the next one is Igluna. E-U-G-L-E-N-A. Igluna. All these are unicellular. All these are unicellular. That is, their body is made up of single cell, one cell. Okay, whereas animals like fish, frog, lizard, bird and man, even ourselves also, we are all multicellular. Multicellular. That is, our body is made up of many cells. Okay, do you understand? Our body is made up of many cells. Is it clear, children? Good. Let us first discuss about unicellular organisms. Unicellular organisms are small, usually microscopic, cannot be seen with the naked eyes. So they are small, usually microscopic and cannot be seen with the naked eyes. Naked means with bare eyes you can't see them. Okay. Then they are aquatic, simplest and most primitive of all animals. They perform all their physiological activities by the special structure present inside the body called organelles. Okay, children. So they are usually what? They are usually small. They are very small and normally they are all microscopic. They cannot be seen with the naked eye. And also they are aquatic. They are aquatic. Aquatic means they live in water. They are very simple organisms and most primitive. Primitive means they are the ancestor, okay, forefathers of all animals. Do you understand? And they perform the physiological activities. What do you mean by the word physiological? Physiological means bodily function. Physiological activities means our bodily functions. All our bodily functions. What are our bodily functions? Can you recall the things? Yes, what are they? Yes, respiration, excretion, digestion, circulation. All these are called as physiological activities. That is bodily functions, isn't it? All these activities are done by special structures present inside the body called organelles. Inside the body of the the unicellular organism has a special structure which are present in their body, that is called organelles. These organelles perform all these physiological activities. Okay, children? Yes. Now, we know amoeba is an unicellular organism. Unicellular organism. Now only we have studied, no, amoeba is a unicellular organism. It does all the activities like digestion, locomotion, respiration and reproduction. Okay, so it is, although it is a unicellular organism, it does all the activities. Digestion, you know, the food, the living things intake should be digested. So digestion. What do you mean by locomotion? What do you mean by locomotion? Locomotion is nothing but what? Moving from one place to another place. That is locomotion. Respiration. You know about respiration. Reproduction, giving birth or producing the next generation. Producing the next generation. All these activities are carried out by this amoeba. Okay, though it is unicellular, the amoeba performs all these actions. Look here, this is the diagrammatic representation of amoeba. Amoeba, it does not have a perfect structure. Okay, it does not have a perfect structure, and as we have studied now, it does all the bodily function within the same cell. Okay, it swallows food from the water and the food is digested in the food vacuoles. So these food vacuoles, what it will do? It will digest the food. From where the amoeba gets the food? We know that amoeba lives in water. They are aquatic. No, unicellular are aquatic. So it gets the food from the water. That food is swallowed by this food vacuoles. Okay, children? Yes. Then contractile vacuoles. This contractile vacuoles, what is the work of this contractile vacuoles? They helps in excretion. Excretion means what? Excretion is also a bodily function, removing the wastage from our body. Removing the waste from our body. What is the wastage? Sweat, urine, motion, all these are waste which are removed from our body, isn't it? So this excretion is done by this contractile vacuoles. Do you understood what is the function of this contractile vacuoles? Yes. Then respiration is by simple diffusion through the body surface. Through the body surface, the respiration is done. That is a simple diffusion. Diffusion means passing through that body surface. Okay, passing through the body surface. That is called diffusion. So respiration is also done by the body surface. By simple diffusion process. Okay, children. So it has done digestion, it has done excretion, it has done respiration, and we are going to see the next one. What is the next one? The next one is they have finger-like projection. They have finger-like projection. Okay, see, look here. These are the finger-like projections, isn't it? These are the finger-like projections, and these are called as pseudopods. So, pseudopods, that is the plural form. We call it as pseudopods. Do you understand? What is the purpose of this pseudopods? The pseudopod, or the singular form of pseudopods, is pseudopodia. One single foot-like structure is called pseudopodia. Pseudopodia. What is the function of this pseudopodia? This pseudopodia helps in the movement of locomotion. Helps in movement or locomotion, or helps in locomotion. Helps the amoeba to move from one place to another place. Is it clear, children? So it has done excretion, digestion, respiration, and also locomotion. All the various organs present in this what? Amoeba helps the amoeba to do all the bodily functions. Is it clear, children? Hope you have understood the lesson thoroughly, today's lesson thoroughly, children. and also you enjoyed the lesson very well. Let us discuss some more unicellular organism in our next class and detailedly discuss about the multicellular organisms also. So today I have given the assignment to copy the fifth lesson book back exercise in your book, children. So kindly do your assignment and report in the group. Send your photocopies in the group also, children. Attendance is must. So do your assignments or do your work very sincerely. Meet you in the next class, children. Stay home, stay safe, obey your parents, make your parents to get vaccinated. May the good Lord bless you. Thank you.